me.
So that's it for the quick shots. So let's get on to some of the main topics. So the first one we want to start with is Ubisoft. They had their E3 press release or whatever, all the announcements that they made.
Ubisoft Forward, they call it, right?
Yeah, the Ubisoft Forward. So do you guys have the list of the games that they announced on Ubisoft?
I mean, I guess how did you feel about their show? I wasn't too impressed, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was lacking a lot of fun, interesting titles for...
I agree. I feel like we all, were hyped to see Far Cry.
Yeah.
We seen a little bit of Far Cry, was it a week ago or two?
A day before, 2 days before,
it was the
something
Game
like that.
Fest, right?
I feel like they showed it at the Xbox thing too.
Yeah.
So, we already had a snippet of that. I feel like maybe they should have held that for this. It would have made this a little more grand. But other than Far Cry, nothing really blew my mind.
Yeah, well, I mean, Far Cry and then kind of Avatar.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Avatar.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, if we're talking about all of the
games
games
you see how
that
forgettable
they had.
it was, right?
Yeah.
You even forgot about it.
The thing that I didn't like about Avatar is we didn't really see any real gameplay, and we're left with a lot of questions.
Absolutely.
And I totally forgot about Avatar's IP in general. I mean, this was popular in 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
And this was a very surprise that they brought this back. But I always thought that Avatar would make a good video game. The world is awesome.
It's a beautiful world to explore.
It almost seems like it'd be like an MMO or something like that, right?
Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
As opposed to like a story.
I actually think that'd be better
I don't know.
as an MMO. That
a
game.
more living world.
It'd probably have longer longevity or whatever.
Yeah.
More life.
Absolutely.
If it was an MMO, but I don't know.
Yeah, but
I didn't even know Ubisoft would have anything to do with Avatar.
Yeah,
so
right.
I don't know.
I never saw us coming.
How the IP was addressed or
you know.
whatever. But
Weren't we? Wasn't it Ubisoft who just recently said they were going to start making a game with Star Wars, a Star Wars game? I'm almost positive they said they were, and we kept talking about, oh, cool, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Star Wars open world.
Yeah, but
right?
you got nothing about that.
Nothing.
That would have been awesome.
Just none of these things we've been like really hoping to hear.
Riders
We got
Republic,
zero.
we already knew about that.
For the last 3 years, it's been like Riders
that keeps getting
Republic,
pushed
dude.
back,
Yeah,
too.
it's like, what the heck?
What happened with Riders
who
Republic?
cares
Because
about
wasn't
Just
Riders
Dance?
Republic supposed to be like a day
It's
one
supposed to
type
come
of
out,
game? Like
last
quarter one
year,
or
I
something?
think.
Last year,
when the
June.
system released?
Like last year around June, I thought. But it kept getting pushed back for
I don't know.
reason.
This was pretty lame. I mean, Rainbow Six Extraction.
I feel like
Is
that was
this-
the bigger one.
Is this like supposed to be like a successor or a spin-off of Rainbow Six Siege?
I don't know.
What do you?
I never really played any
this-
Rainbow
okay.
Sixes.
So Rainbow Six Siege is more of like a PvP,
Right.
like we're playing versus each other. Extraction is more of like a PvE. We're
Like a Left 4 Dead, right?
yes,
Back 4
like
Blood.
you're going through levels. You're just fighting the AI. You're not fighting other players, and you're going through stories and levels, and it's progressing, and it's kind of like on rails. And you make your way to the end. You kill the boss or whatever. So that's how this game is.
Is it just me, or did it look though like graphically the identical pound for pound engine of Rainbow Six Siege? In
Yep.
my opinion,
Look
like
the same models,
no
same
improvements,
guns.
no advancement at all from that old game. And Siege is like really old, right? Like
Yeah, it's like 6 years old.
Yeah, like
5,
six-
6.
I mean,
it's old.
hell, they still announced some shit
But
for
at
Rainbow
I
Six
know,
Siege.
but I'm just saying that
Yeah.
engine is so old.
Yeah, but at
Yeah.
least though that I think they've been putting a lot of improvements to that core game. I think it already got the next gen like straight out of the gates. So they are on top of making strides with that engine in their defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just thought it wasn't impressive.
I see.
Like I get
It didn't blow your mind.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
just,
fun. It was fun. Aliens is fun to shoot aliens. Which that's always fun. To shoot aliens. But it didn't. It looked low gen. It looked very last gen.
Yeah.
Not just last gen, but like very last gen.
Yeah.
Because Rainbow Six Siege is more so the beginning of that generation, not like the end of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just was not really impressed with how it
Yeah.
looked.
When I saw this game,
Underwhelming in a sense.
I thought it was free to play.
Yeah.
I don't see people spending
Yeah.
$70 on this. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
On Extraction?
On Extraction. I feel like this game would be successful. You're buying skins, you're buying whatever, new classes, new guns. Because we have a Left 4 Dead game in the works, the Back 4 Blood. So I feel like they're a little foolish competing with Left 4 Dead if they're releasing like a similar game type in the same year. So I'm curious what their recipe.
It doesn't look as good as Back 4 Blood.
No, it doesn't.
Right? Like
It doesn't look
Extraction
as-
doesn't look as good as
Nope.
that. Extraction looks more present gen than that does, and it even looks more fun. I don't know. It just it doesn't look like a bad game.
No.
It just I wasn't like impressed enough to be like, now that's a one I can't wait for.
What they should have done is Siege, right? Just like Call of Duty, how with their menu, like everyone who has Siege, there's another tab in the Siege game. Now we could play Extraction. We could.
That's how I thought it was.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound
Like
like
an
that's what it is.
add-on.
But that's how I thought it
Exactly.
was, like an addition, like exactly like Warzone is to Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Where like you have additional ways to play Siege. That's how I interpreted this.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at this and like the recap, it doesn't seem like that's
Yeah.
it. This is its own like a Ubisoft original game.
Yeah.
I think it needed some more gameplay to give us a better idea of what it was working with.
Yeah, I mean they show good.
The little video was cool and all, but you know,
Yeah.
I wanted to see like
I think the
some
video
actual
was though
mission.
entirely gameplay.
You think
It
so?
wasn't just like
Yeah.
trailers and like cutscenes. I think they were showing us like
Some
gameplay.
you're right.
I think what they were showing it didn't feel.
Yeah.
Something was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some features or something they could have shown that made it seem more exciting was missing.
Right.
And it just was, in my opinion, a letdown.
Yeah, I mean they gave us Rocksmith Plus though, right?
You're
I
right.
mean, that's a big one.
Absolutely.
I mean, everybody's got to want to learn how to
skip
play
that.
guitar, right?
So I honestly was excited for one thing. I just wanted Rocksmith Plus is that you can play it on your phone.
Yeah.
And I feel like something like that, you have a guitar. Why are you on a console? Sometimes, you
Yeah.
know, you just want to maybe do it on the go in your room. I don't know.
No, the direction they're taking
seems
it,
like it's
I
better.
agree.
And it's a
It has just
subscription.
no appeal, I
Yeah.
think, to many gamers.
No.
This doesn't
That's why I
seem
feel
like a
if
gamer.
a phone
It was
game is
always a
perfect.
niche thing, and
Yeah.
they've just made it
Yeah.
even more
It's
in that
perfect for the
direction.
Right.
phone now. I feel like it should have been for the phone.
Yeah, I think it's just the wrong audience. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, I think there's
Absolutely.
if you want to learn to play an instrument, this is probably the funnest and best way to do it. But I just think it's just the wrong audience, man. Like
Yeah.
they're just missing the point here of E3, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right, and then they had a couple of quick ones, just like some more Valhalla DLC, which is cool because, it's been a while since I played Valhalla. So, when I go back into it, I'll have a lot of stuff to do on there. So that's cool. And then, of course, they gave us a new Just Dance. They added...
Just Dance 2020?
Yeah, Just Dance
wow.
2022. So they gave us maybe like 12 more new tracks or something like that. Some up-to-date music and a whole bunch of other shit you got to buy.
Yeah.
So we get the latest
Yeah.
Justin Bieber?
Yep,
You might
Justin
get
Bieber, man. He's a latest
peaches in Georgia or something or yummy
Yeah, but
or
peaches.
something like that, but you gotta you probably gotta pay for some of the good ones or whatever.
Yeah,
Who
once
knows?
again, right, Just Dance doesn't have much. There's an audience. I'm not saying there isn't, but I just
Yeah.
think that it's kind of the wrong audience. Again, they're missing the mark here.
Right.
You're not making your fans happy, the people who are tuning in to watch this.
Yeah.
Like Rocket Marker said, you had DLC Rainbow Six Siege, you had DLC Valhalla.
Yeah.
You have basically it's kind of like DLC Rock Band. It's kind of like DLC. It's not like a whole new, just another way of doing it.
Yeah.
And then they add songs for Just Dance. It's very little, like nothing. A bunch of little nothings.
whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, a whole lot of nothings.
It definitely wasn't anything where it was like some oohs and ahs dropped or whatever.
No, there were no
you
oohs
know?
and ahs.
I
And then-
feel like as much as some of these other press conferences showed Far Cry 6 should have just been left for this by itself.
I agree because it feels like the same thing again.
Yeah.
Okay, we saw a clip earlier.
Yeah.
Here's another little clip. Okay.
If I'm having my own forward, I would not let anybody else showcase my game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Which is why we
just
think
wouldn't have
Gearbox
done it.
messed up, right? Because Gearbox did the same thing. At least Ubi showed us a different part of the game, though. A different scene.
Yeah.
Where Gearbox just showed us the exact same thing. They gave us at least another scene, which, okay, I'll watch this scene. But
Good
yeah,
point.
I agree. You should save your if you're just going to show scenes, save it all for the show.
Yeah, I'm not spreading my bread out. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it all in the same basket.
What'd you
know
think
what
about the villains, play as the villains DLC? I
So
don't know how.
that was-
I thought that was
That was
interesting.
cool,
The fact
'cause
that you get to see the world from Pagan's eyes and
Was
the
a
other
boss.
dudes, all
My
of the
wife
bosses.
was actually watching that with me because we were eating lunch and
Uh-huh.
I had put on the Ubisoft forward, and so she sat down, and she was totally grossed out by it.
Was she?
She's like, "Wow, that's some sadistic, gross." She was not into it, and I was like, I can kind of see that. For us, it's different because we know these characters, and it would be cool to dive deeper into them in a sense.
Yeah, you
But
get to
I
see
can
like
see
how
it
they
was
were
pretty darn
seeing
sadistic
things.
from like an outsider looking in, because it's like trippy.
Yeah.
It's like all violent, and
Yeah.
like there was nothing like into her redeeming at all about it. For us, it's a little different. We're like Far Cry isn't all that. It's not all trippy. It's not all violent. You're like, you have people, you have relationships, you have exploration, you have more than just those creepy, gross things. Where this seemed like it was just all that, which makes sense because they're villains.
Yeah.
So the guy with the glasses, the guy with the glasses, he's the villain from 5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is
all
why I
right.
keep telling you.
He looked pretty
5.
badass, man.
Dude, he's a good
Yeah,
villain.
pretty cool.
He's a
Like
good villain.
he looked like he would take out a couple
He's
of
a trip,
outposts
man.
by
So
himself.
what are they
He's a
calling
trip.
this? They're calling this Far Cry 3.
Yeah, it was something.
That was weird.
It was a weird
Far
name.
Cry 3. It's like some neon.
Yeah, like
Forgot the
Dragon's Blood or something.
name.
something
along
Are you
along
talking
those
about?
lines.
But that's been out though.
Yeah, but
but they were linking
showed
this
that
with it.
on this trailer, which was I didn't get it
Because that
you know?
ended up being it ended up being a
standalone.
DLC that was like a standalone or something like that.
So I'm
that you
thinking
could
this
buy.
is gonna be a standalone too.
Reign of Terror across Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. I don't know, man. This is so weird. I don't really know what this is.
Yeah.
What's
I don't know.
What's the first villain's name? Voss, right?
Voss.
Yeah, that was the only one I recognized. So I was like, huh.
Voss, Pagan Min, and then Joseph Seed.
Yeah.
And he's from the 5th one. He
The
was a
fifth
good
one.
villain, and you have his brother and sister, and they're
okay.
the Seed family.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really good. And then they ended it with their coup de grace, and there's 2 coup de grace they had. Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope,
Which we'd already seen in the Nintendo.
which
one.
we already knew that was coming. That was released, and I think in the Game Fest
Yep.
as well.
That was a Game Fest as well.
I totally agree with Marcus, man. If that's like one of your coup de grace, you
Keep it.
save that
Keep
for your
it.
show, dude.
Don't let other
Yeah,
people
dude.
Don't
I'll
let
be
someone
damned if I
close
let you show all of my trailers and shit.
Because face it, if,
Bro, you better come up with some new stuff to show at yours because you're not showing my game.
I know.
I know my
right?
shit is coming out for your system, but
Nope.
it's coming out for a lot of shit, and you're not about to waste all my
That's
game
so
footage
weird,
on that.
man. Here, you can have Just Dance. Here,
Yeah, show Just Dance will be on
reveal
Xbox.
Rock Band, dude. I mean,
Right,
like,
right.
don't reveal our big ones that haven't been revealed yet. You know,
It was Blood Dragon. That's what it was. Far
Yeah,
Cry
Blood
3 Blood
Dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah.
That was that neon joint.
yeah. So other than Avatar, there wasn't really.
and then
much.
Avatar, they ended it. They thought, look at Avatar,
Yeah.
but I wasn't super
Yeah.
pumped about it at all because they didn't
Just
show
'cause
me
they didn't
anything.
show gameplay. It was like, what are we
I
seeing here?
didn't see anything,
Yeah,
dude.
it was
They kinda
cool when
fell with that one.
they were flying and she like did the bow and arrow.
Okay,
to
maybe
the
we can fly.
chopper.
I thought maybe we
If
can
there's
fly.
flying, that'd
yeah,
be
that's
dope.
cool. I want to fly.
It was cool seeing some of the bugs and the creatures that had
Yeah.
the same type of fin wing thingies.
Yeah,
on their
you'll
heads
probably
and
you'll
stuff.
explore the world, kill bugs, kill creatures, shoot us.
Yeah.
Which
So-
is funny to me. But I wanted to see more. I wanted to get more of an idea. Is this going to be what kind of vein is this? Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed? What kind of vein are we going in here?
Yeah.
What direction is this?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a grade just because I want to. I would say this was like a D plus. Like
So
if yours-
Gearbox was an F.
Gearbox
F
was
plus?
an
No
F.
F.
Gearbox was an F.
Give him an F
Just an
minus.
F.
Just if they would have held Tiny Tina and
Okay.
this would have been a reveal, their
A
own,
D. Easily D. Maybe
it would have been
C.
a D
Yeah.
or C. But because it was literally nothing new,
It's an F. They
It was a
failed.
fail. This was a.
This is a
lackluster.
D plus because they gave us something new at least
Yes.
that they had not revealed.
That's something new,
Everything else was pretty whack.
and they
but
did have a
there's
good quantity
couple-
of stuff. Even though a lot of it was
I just
trash.
remember watching the
So
show
is it
and
getting-
like not liking anything.
Is it getting a D plus because you didn't like that they showed Avatar, like 'cause you don't care about Avatar, or because they didn't show enough of Avatar?
I'd say to me it got a D plus because it actually showed Avatar. That was something new. Some Far Cry, but we already seen it. But so I'd say Far Cry 6 and Avatar is the only reason why this should have got an F in my opinion, but it got a D plus.
No,
So
think
if
about
they have
the conference
showed
as
more-
a whole.
Mhm.
Had Avatar not been in the conference, it would have been another Gearbox. Everything that we saw had already been shown, except for
exactly.
Extraction. That would have been it. That would have been a really bad conference, like a failure.
Right.
But because they gave us something new and unique,
One thing.
yeah, which could be good and promising, even
Yeah.
though I'm disappointed because I didn't see how promising it could be.
Right.
But because it could be good and promising, and it's new, and it was revealed at their conference, I give them a D plus.
So Grayscale, they came in with an F, and then because they showed us something new, they got bumped
got
up
redeemed
one
To a
letter
D.
grade
They
to a
passed
D.
now, barely.
They
So
passed
they would
barely.
have needed what? What would they have needed to
They
get
shouldn't
to
have been
like
proud
at
with
least a
this
C
passing,
or a
but-
B?
Well, I think if
Have
they would have
held
showed us to
Far Cry
start,
6?
well, hold off all Far Cry 6 information, hold off all of Rabbids information, show us Star Wars, show us
Yes,
Avatar,
yes.
maybe some gameplay on Avatar, get us super excited about
Some
it.
gameplay. I think
Cut
would've
out
helped
Rock
out.
Band, cut out,
Just Dance.
DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, or make
Yeah,
it
yeah,
much
Valhalla
smaller,
stuff.
right? And then now I'm like, I'm really pumped about this
Yeah.
show. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I think if they had given us the rabbits, the Mario and Rabbits or something like that, or maybe not even Mario and Rabbits, if they just given us all of that stuff that they gave us for Far Cry 6 the day before, if they had given us all of that, and then they gave us some gameplay on Avatar, I think that would have probably at least bumped them up to like a B, maybe C
If they
plus.
held everything a C, I moved them to a C because at
C.
least they
Because we
gave
would have
us-
seen
yeah.
a lot of info on Far Cry
But for
6.
it to be like a B or an A level conference, it
they'd
needs
have
to
to
have
show
like
a couple of games.
cool
new.
new stuff.
Right.
In my opinion, what Square Enix did.
And Gearbox ain't show us shit new, so they get
No,
F's.
F.
F's across the board. You don't even want to give them a letter grade up because they showed us the set
That
of
was an
Borderlands
F, man.
movie,
I'm
man.
sorry.
No.
No?
Nice.
You don't get no
Video
extra
games.
credit?
That was
movies
a
are cool, but
joke.
come on.
All right.
That's a punchline to a joke,
Yeah, so
right? Like, don't pull a Gearbox. Like, it's a punchline to a joke, man. It was that bad,
yeah.
you know?
I love you, me.